Green Hell is known to be one of the hardest survival games ever to exist, ever. And now it's free. You got no idea what's out there in the jungle, but don't worry. I got the ultimate survival guide to keep you alive. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, master the basics of survival first. The very first thing you need to do is walk around and see what's harvestable, see what's collectible, pick up logs, right click them to harvest them into sticks. You can then right click those sticks in your inventory to turn them into smaller sticks. Focus on finding food and water and shelter early, and when you build your first shelter, you'll actually be able to save the game, so that should be your number 1 priority. Tip number 2, keep your stats in check. Watch your physical and mental health, because if you don't, you'll start to go crazy and the bad guys will come eat your face off. Keep track of your hunger, your thirst, your fatigue, and your sanity. And if your sanity drops too low, yeah, I mean, you're kind of screwed. So make sure you keep track of your carbs and find mushrooms and things like that you can eat to keep your carbs up, and just make sure you keep a close eye on that watch. Tip number 3, learn how to craft efficiently. Crafting is essential for making tools and shelters and other items, but start with basic tools like a stone axe and just kind of work your way up. Every crafting recipe in this game is discovered by just piecing parts and pieces together until you once find something that actually works, and it saves it to your notebook for easier crafting later on. Tip number 4, be cautious of animals and insects. In Green Hell, everything can kill you, hurt you, poison you, venomize you, all of the above, and you got to be careful, man. The snakes, everything, you have to pay extreme attention to the sounds in the game. Play this game with a headset on because it's going to save your life. Tip number 5, use the notebook and journal. Everything you craft, like I mentioned previously, will wind up in your journal, as well as finding certain items will unlock certain build materials and buildings that you can make. Also, it will keep track of all the flora and fauna you encounter on your journey and will help you decipher what the plants are for, etc. Tip number 6, build fires wisely. Grab yourself a stick and a plank from a log. Put together a nice spindle fire starter. Put your fire underneath something, because once it rains, this is a rainforest survival game. Once it rains, your fire will go out. Toss a little tinder bundle in there and you're good to go. Tip number 7, manage your inventory. Your inventory space is limited, so learn to prioritize essential items. Keep tools and food and bandages in your bag and discard anything else that you don't need. Eventually you will unlock chests and be able to keep certain things stored away, but manage your inventory properly. Tip number 8, keep your eye on plants and their spawn locations. The jungle has a variety of helpful and harmful plants, and they're all indicated by colorful flowers. Remember what color does what, and always remember where you find them at, because that will be the only place you find them at. I can't stress this enough, to save your game often as tip number 9. Green Hell is extremely unpredictable, and you never know when something might go wrong. You might end up getting a disease that you can't find the heal for, and you have to kind of save scum your way back. And that's okay, because this game is extremely unforgiving. But to save your game, all you have to do is first build a shelter, walk up and look at the roof, hold E to save, or you could save and quit. Either way, don't forget to save. And the final tip, tip number 10, take your time and explore. Green Hell's world is dense and rich in detail, has a lot to discover, lots of things to find, lots of danger, and lots of really cool building spots. Don't rush. Take your time, explore, learn, gather all the resources you need. Patience is key to unlocking all the game's secrets and survival techniques. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more survival game content, and Don't forget to save.